Hey, how you doing? I'm Rob.
I'm Gib, and we're the Hunt Brothers.
Welcome to our little slice of the net.
Down them.
You know we're the Hunt Brothers, 575. Hunt Brothers, 575. Yeah. Rob and Gib at it again. Yeah.
What's going on, peeps? Gib from the Hunt Brothers here, checking out beautiful downtown Silver City with my my bro cousins. Y'all say hi, Daniel. Raph. All right, so Rob's not with us today. He's back at home, but we just decided to get out and come to Silver City, visit my dad's gravesite and whatnot. But wanted to do a little something different for the Hunt Brothers YouTube page. So, as many people know, New Mexico is filled, well, any state really is filled with a lot of historical facts, information, and whatnot. So we decided to come to this place called the Big Ditch. There's a big bridge that crosses over a big ditch, literally, in downtown Silver City. Upon crossing the bridge, I saw the sign that says "Changing Values," and I'll show you the board here. I'm going to read it to you real quick. It says, "A renewed appreciation of our history revitalizes downtown Silver City. From dump to oasis. For the most of the 20th century, the Big Ditch was a squalid place used as a dump and sewer. A proposal was made in the 1970s to fill it with culverts and pave it over for parking spaces. But perhaps galvanized by the recent demolition of its historic railway depot, Silver City woke up to its own potential and a local preservation movement was born. The Big Ditch and neighboring historic structures came to be seen not as eyesores but as opportunities to breathe new life into the town's heritage. Today, Big Ditch Park, the Silver City Main Street Project, and other ventures honor the community's character and colorful history. So, as many of you know, I was born in Silver City. Rob was born in Silver City. You know, even though we don't live here anymore, we do love our birth city. You know. But on a side note, on the side of this, there's a picture that says the last remaining historic building. Last remaining historic building in Silver City's Main Street. The Warren House looks much the same as it did in the 1880s. Thanks to Elizabeth's early and extensive bank stabilization project, the house remained in the Warren value until the 1960s. Photo courtesy of the Silver City Museum. And I'm sure y'all can see that. Then on the side over here it says, a champion of her community. Elizabeth Warren was an influential woman in Silver City who set out to develop the growing town's infrastructure. In 1882, Elizabeth and Oregon Scott Warren moved to Silver City, where he started an insurance business. Within the year, Elizabeth joined friends from her sewing circle in creating the county's first hospital. The small cottage sported a hole in its roof to admit sunlight, quite an advanced concept in 1883. So, dang. Finding herself widowed in 1885 with 3 children, Elizabeth rose to the occasion and took over her husband's insurance business. Later, she would expand into real estate, acquiring and managing many properties. Elizabeth's business did very well, but also she used her influence and resources for the benefit of the town. As a contractor in the early 1900s, she oversaw the construction of sidewalks, buildings, and flood control structures that are still in use. So to go from the late 1800s, 1883, 1885, to the 1900s, to 2020, which we're in right now, dang. So, y'all can see, that's coming in back. All right, y'all. So, part 2 of the Hunt Brothers 575 Silver City visit. It's your boy Gib. As I said, Rob's not with me today. So, we're in downtown Silver City right now, walking to what we hope and believe is, I believe, where Billy the Kid used to live at one time here in Silver City. So we're taking a little stroll along the Big Ditch here in downtown Silver City. It's actually very beautiful. Lots of greenery. Lots of interesting stuff going on down here. But yeah, so holy cow. So pretty interesting. So Ralph was looking this stuff up because he knew we were coming here, and I'm sure you guys can see off the reflection of my glasses. So there's a official scenic marker, historic marker here. It says Anita Scott Coleman, 1890 to 1960. Author, essayist, and poet Anita Scott Coleman was an award-winning writer during the Harlem Renaissance in the early 20th century. Her writing added an African-American experience in the Southwest to an artistic, social, cultural, and intellectual movement centered in New York. Her work appeared in leading Harlem Renaissance periodicals, including The Messenger, The Crisis, and Opportunity. 13 of her short stories were written in New Mexico and published between 1919 and 1925, including The Little Gray House, El Desico, her essay, Arizona and New Mexico, the Land of Esperanza, reflects on African American life in the Southwest. So yeah. On the other side it says, continued. Anita Scott was born in Guaymas, Mexico in 1890. Her parents, William Henry and Mary Stokes Scott, had moved to Mexico following her father's retirement of the U.S. Cavalry Buffalo Soldier. The family moved to a ranch near Silver City where Anita grew up. She graduated from New Mexico Normal School, now Western New Mexico University. And it's kind of cool because my pops, rest in peace, who actually went to that same college. In 1909, she taught there until her marriage to James Harold Coleman in 1916. The Colemans moved to Los Angeles by 1926, and Anita continued writing through the 1940s while raising 4 children and a large extended family in 2019. Western New Mexico University Foundation established a scholarship in her name. Very cool. So here's what we're looking at. Cool little like log cabin, you know. We'll take a little walk around it. As you can see, they put up these little metal plates to protect the the inside, the windows and whatnot. And there's the door. So with that, here's kind of cool. It says 1870s log cabin. This 1870s style log cabin was a gift from the movie producer director Ron Howard. It fits the era in which Billy the Kid lived here. The cabin was a part of the set in his 2003 movie The Missing. The New Mexico Department of Tourism negotiated the gift. And it says Billy the Kid home site. Billy the Kid lived in a small log house on this location from 1873 to 1875. He lived with his mother, Catherine, died in 1874. His brother, Joe, and his stepfather, William Antrim. The cabin was torn down in 1894. So it's not his cabin, but it's kind of cool to think that, in this area, Billy the Kid once lived here. And so y'all don't think I'm lying. I know it's probably coming in backwards, and I apologize. But we really hadn't planned on doing this, but I figured, it'd make for pretty interesting stuff. So yeah, as you can see, so we're kind of updating our YouTube page, our blog. We do have a podcast. If any of you haven't checked it out, if you guys want, leave us some comments, and we'll leave a description later on with our podcast links. We've got a few up. We'll have another one here in the next few days, guest starring my cuz bros Ralph and Daniel. So before we go, guys, you guys want to say anything?
Come check it out. It's pretty awesome.
Daniel?
Pretty much. Awesome. Learn history.
So there you have it. So downtown Silver City, if you're ever in the area, where is this? At the corner of Hudson and Broadway. I drove right past it, didn't even see it, so my bad, but right across from Snappy Mart. So yeah, come check it out, man. Give it a look. You know, you'll never know what you stumble across. There's so much history everywhere you go. So until we meet again, peace. This is Gil from Hunt Brothers, and stay safe, and we'll talk to you again later.